John Deere, the iconic American brand with a legacy spanning 185 years, has long been a symbol of agricultural prowess. However, the company now finds itself grappling with significant financial challenges, compelling it to make some drastic moves, including cutting production in the United States and shifting operations to Mexico. This pivot has sparked considerable political debate and is reshaping the landscape for American manufacturing and agriculture. As these changes unfold, the fate of John Deere's U.S. manufacturing presence remains uncertain. In this article, we'll explore the factors behind Deere's decision to shift gears, the economic and human toll of the restructuring, and what the future holds for American-made machinery. The shifting gears of an American icon. For over a century and a half, John Deere has been synonymous with American agriculture. The green and yellow machines of Deere's iconic line have powered farms across the country, cementing the company as a cornerstone of U.S. farming. But in July 2024, Deere's announcement of plant closures across several U.S. states, including Iowa and Illinois, left many stunned. The decision to eliminate 600 jobs in key areas highlighted the financial pressure the company is under. By 2025, an additional 287 jobs will be lost, further signaling the struggles Deere faces. Behind this retrenchment is a troubling financial situation. Deere's earnings report for the second quarter of 2024 showed an alarming 18% drop in sales, with projections of even deeper losses on the horizon. Contributing factors include high interest rates and falling crop prices, both of which have made farmers hesitant to invest in new equipment. This has left Deere with surplus inventory and forced the company to adjust production levels to remain financially viable. In response, Deere is planning to move some of its small loader production to Mexico by 2026. This strategic shift has ignited political controversy. U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to impose hefty tariffs, potentially as high as 200%, to discourage companies like Deere from moving jobs overseas. The looming tariffs represent a dire warning to Deere and other American manufacturers that are exploring global production strategies to stay competitive. Two tariffs and the price of progress. The trade war tensions between the U.S. and other nations, particularly China, have only exacerbated Deere's challenges. In the face of rising tariffs, the company has already absorbed an estimated $100 million in losses this quarter alone. With forecasts predicting a $500 million loss in 2025, Deere's future is increasingly tied to international trade agreements and tariff negotiations. The construction and forestry sectors, which rely heavily on global markets, are bearing the brunt of these economic shifts. To mitigate the damage, Deere is seeking relief from tariffs under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA. It is also reconfiguring its global production strategy to adapt to the changing trade landscape. In addition, the company has indicated that its equipment prices may increase by 2% to 4% by 2026, which will further burden farmers who are already struggling with high costs. Despite the hurdles, Deere's management is working tirelessly behind the scenes to negotiate new contracts, streamline supply chains, and find innovative ways to weather the storm. However, with tariffs impacting global trade unpredictably, Deere's ability to maintain its status as an industry leader in the U.S. is far from assured. The human toll, communities in peril. The human cost of Deere's restructuring is being felt most acutely in the communities that have long relied on the company's operations. The layoffs in Iowa, where Deere has been a central employer for generations, have hit hard. The company's closures have left 1,800 workers without jobs, with 287 additional layoffs planned for 2025. Communities in towns like Ankeny and Ottumwa are grappling with the effects of the closures, where businesses built around Deere's presence are seeing dwindling sales and a sense of lost opportunity. This economic fallout has prompted local lawmakers to call for action, including a bill requiring companies that cut jobs to return state tax credits they've received. While Deere counters that the layoffs are a result of market forces, not a betrayal of public trust, the company's image is taking a hit. For workers and families affected by these cuts, the economic reality is harsh. Local economies that once thrived on Deere's business are now facing uncertainty. For farmers at a crossroads, the equipment crunch. As the backbone of John Deere's customer base, farmers are also feeling the strain. High interest rates and lower crop prices have created a perfect storm for agriculture, making it more expensive for farmers to upgrade their equipment. This, combined with retaliatory tariffs imposed on U.S. agricultural exports, has made international markets less accessible. For many farmers, the solution is to hold off on purchasing new machinery, opting instead to continue using aging equipment. This trend is not only impacting local dealerships, but is also putting pressure on Deere to adjust its production strategy. With farmers' reluctance to buy new machines, demand for used equipment is surging, creating a market crunch. Parts shortages and long wait times for repairs are also making life difficult for farmers. 5. Building for the future. Deere's big bets. Despite these obstacles, John Deere is not giving up on its long-term vision. The company has committed to a bold $20 billion investment in its U.S. operations over the next decade. This massive infusion of capital will go toward modernizing outdated factories, expanding production lines, and supporting workforce development initiatives across the country. Key projects include the expansion of the remanufacturing facility in Missouri, new production lines in Waterloo, Iowa, and a new excavator plant in North Carolina. Deere's goal is to strengthen its manufacturing base in the U.S. and maintain its competitive edge in the global market. However, these investments come with risks. 6. Supply chain struggles, the silent challenge. Behind the headlines of plant closures and tariffs lies another challenge: the strain on Deere's supply chain. Global shortages of critical components, including semiconductors, and rising steel prices have slowed production times, sometimes by as much as 6 months. These delays are hurting Deere's ability to deliver equipment on time, further alienating farmers who rely on timely machinery for their operations. To address this, Deere is revisiting its global production network and lobbying for tariff exemptions under the USMCA. The company is also participating in the Federal Freight Logistics Optimization Workflow program to improve visibility and reduce bottlenecks. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way.